We addicted to fast cars, bad bras, late nights, last calls, alcohol, bad. Just scrolling through the phone log, hit 'em up, all my pick 'em up. We bout to have a time tonight. Sure you keep that burner tuck, cause niggas like to creep low. Say motherfuck the PO and the judge. But if they come with us, just know it's love. I'm saying just because. Yeah. Cause we been coming from welfare, medical, healthcare, living in the hood is hell here, hell yeah. I'm saying just because. Love. I watched my mama and my daddy struggle with the bottle. I watched my cousins and my brother banged out full throttle. Driving seat, we bout that action, we ain't sitting idle. And even when they melanated, still a rival. I ain't about killing, but I'm about survival. And we be praying to the Lord, but still ain't read the Bible. And put that pedal to the floor with a savage title. Hope we don't crash out. Shawty out, seeking attention, she got that out.
What is freezing? Does he know you using that? What's going on? What's going on?
Hello, future me.
Right. I was up here trying to run and get my charger real quick from my phone died.
Why? Are you streaming from your phone?
No, I'm not, but I got my notes on my phone. So
You got what now?
my notes on my phone.
Oh, okay. You know, fix that.
What?
Pencil and paper.
Yeah. Huh?
Pencil and paper.
I ain't got time for it.
You know something that can't be hacked or, fiddled with like that?
What?
Pencil and paper.
Yes, it can.
Can't hack pencil and paper.
Yes, it can.
Can't hack that. And the batteries don't run out.
You're right. Batteries don't run out. But you know
Speaking
what?
of pencil and paper, someone put pencil to paper and wrote a fantastic story. It's called Stillwater. Okay, I bought this book a few weeks ago and I read it. Really good story, actually. I actually enjoy it. Again, everybody, it's called Stillwater. This is a book I recommend. You can find it on Amazon, and the author is actually quite talented. I have to admit. Yeah.
He is. He really
Yeah, he is. He's actually quite talented. Again, people, this is my book recommendation for the night. It's called Stillwater, written by author Corey Haga. Corey Haga, the guy in the chat right now.
He is.
Corey, I gotta give you your flowers, man. This is actually a really good book. It's my second week.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Corey. And
shout out to Corey Haga.
Shout out to Grooming and Reviews 101. I saw Sherelle. What's going on, Sherelle?
You know Sherelle's screaming at the screen right now.
You Haven Drill. Crystal Light, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, Crystal, how you doing? Good morning. Grooming and Reviews 101. What's going on, man?
Yeah, Black David. We got Black David. What's going on? How are you? Black Man Unfiltered, as always. Thank you so much for the love and for sharing your platform. And while the rest of the congregation is coming through, DL Saint just rolled up. What's going on? And
yeah, DL Saint. I'm going to tell people that they should show up for this one. This is going to be wild.
Yeah. So
I tried to tell a couple of people. I wanted to tell Freezy, but Freezy's live right now. He's talking about that whole something. I don't know, something else with Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. I don't know. I haven't seen or anything about it. I avoided it. I've been busy all day, like for real.
They be coming at Jada Pinkett and Nick, like just.
I think she does it to herself.
Long.
No, here's the thing. If you're married, you shouldn't put you and your husband's business out in the street like that.
I agree. I
so there you go. So there you go. And here's the thing. And plus, she's a celebrity. She's putting their private business in the street like that for all the public to see and hear. And of course, people are going to have their own opinions. So she can't get upset that people coming after her helmet. I don't know what it is, but apparently she did something wrong.
a lot of it is because like they were one of the symbols for Black love. And they are the prime example of why you can't use other people or pedestalize or idolize what you think other people have, which ties into the show that we have tonight, Grifting, what selling your soul looks like. So to introduce you all to our subject matter, we have a video that we're gonna go ahead and cue up right now. Admin, you can go ahead and pull this up.
What's the video about?
To Queen Maker.
Oh shit! You're not good enough. Go back to the gym and get good. You're not ready.
So you agree that this often falls back on the men then?
Yes, for having them on her platform. My observation of her does not leave a very pleasant picture of her at all. And the fellas who fall for this trap to put her on their platforms to make it even bigger, I'm even more disgusted with them jokers. I'm sitting here. I better not see on your platform, brother. I better not see that.
Oh man,
because you gonna get it too.
Well, I've done numerous live streams about her. She's good for this.
What do we need them for? What do we need Black men for? Since they're running around saying it's a problem that you don't need them, then surely there is something that they provide. There is some level of dependence that they have established through their provision of you, and I want to know what that is.
I never allowed for myself to ever let a woman tell me what it is that she wanted. I never asked her. Listen, I'm not asking you what it is that you want from me. What are you looking for in a man? That's not a conversation that I'm going to have with you. Why do you think I care about what you want? Whatever it is that you want, if you wind up getting around me, then that's going to have to change anyway.
Men are not capable of love. No. Men are incapable of love.
A lot of Black women do not know how to love.
But by the fourth date, has he even proven that he's husband material? Can he pay all your bills? Do you still work? I mean, what are your qualities that you're looking for in a man? Does he have them? Should you even give him sex? You know, does he even want marriage with you? Y'all are asking the wrong question.
Is trying to put a square peg in a round hole, saying my view is crazy, but it's actually based in biological fact, and it's worked for millennia. And as a matter of fact, we have the society we have today because of polygamy to some degree. Monogamy as well, but monogamy for the man is a choice. Monogamy for the woman, it's pretty much necessary.
Nah, sis, you're not crazy. Don't let that man convince you that you are either. You just peep game. You just peep the inconsistency, the lies, the way that his words and actions wasn't matching. A man is going to call you crazy when he wants to leverage your emotional investment into him as a way to keep you blind to the disrespect he's been showing you.
See, for all of you dudes that deal with women and you don't see that type of behavior, it means you're not her first choice. It means she's settled for you. And since she's settled for you, she's not gonna give you the full benefits of being with her. In other words, she's not gonna respect you. She's not gonna submit to you. She's not gonna be cooperative. She's not gonna be loyal. She's not gonna defend you when other people talk crazy about you. She ain't gonna do none of that.
Women have co-signed these stupid ideas for too long. And then you get these simp men that co-sign them too. This is true masculinity. Telling the women that they're deluded. This is crazy.
The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
Nobody has an issue with holding women accountable. So when Kevin Samuels came forward, it was a breath of fresh air to me. But what I didn't realize is how many bitch-ass he was going to empower. All these niggas, if you ever see Kevin Samuels go live, just look at the live feed comments. Soon as a woman pop up, oh, she a 2. She don't deserve a man. Oh, she probably got 100 kids, whatever. All these no pussy getting ass niggas who ain't never had the bravery to speak to a woman can't do nothing but talk shit when Kevin is talking to these women. And men, us men who are handling our business and doing our shit, come on, be honest. We know these niggas. We know who these niggas are. They're the same niggas that troll us in our comment section. And all I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if Kevin is doing a service, because if he create 3 angels in women by teaching them to be accountable, but in the end, create 1,000 monster ass niggas that's ready to disrespect women on the back end, it's hurting what he's trying to do.
What'd you say? The woman, the woman. What? Y'all remember Darius Jackson, the content creator who got exposed for cheating on his wife like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember. He made a video which I unfortunately found myself agreeing with. In the video, he was saying that a lot of times when a woman is single for a long time, men or sometimes even other women will look at her like there's something wrong with her, when a lot of times that woman is just very smart. And he's 100% right. The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things. And the clearer you can see, baby, the worse it is. But no, seriously, when you stop operating from a place of, oh, I need a relationship, I need a man, and you start really looking at these men for who they are and what they have to offer and what they can really bring to your life, the quicker you will start to realize that a lot of them are just not worth all of what we thought that they were.
This is who I am. This is what you will get. This is what you will receive. This is the blessings.
You're the blessing.
Hell yeah, I'm the blessing. Do you not see? Look at this. This is a blessing right here.
All right, ladies. So one thing that I've learned from Shira 7 of all the years I've watched her, the most important thing is emotional control. If you can't control your emotions, you can't control your man. And being able to control your man is how you get what you want.
I'm tapped into all of her videos. I've watched every single one of her videos, and then I always go back as soon as I'm thinking about men and I'm starting to fantasize. I'm like, oh, let me watch her video because I need to get back right.
Wait, hold on. Okay, you start so you going against you. It sounds like you're going against when you really are attracted to penis.
So Princella explains in her videos that we as women are socially conditioned to be attracted to men. And it's funny because people are always talking about the gay agenda, but actually society pushes a heteronormative agenda. And if you are not heteronormative, then you are ostracized by society.
This space is absolutely toxic. It's not about healing. It's not about trying to find a resolve, a medium to help our community. It's all about making money. And some of the men, majority of the men, content creators, are just focused on profiting off your pain. So the men that are really hurting, they don't care about you. They're just trying to make $1 off of you. And it's sad. Let me play this for you guys. And this will tell you why I want nothing to do with this space.
People are not calling me to not get entertainment in return. People pay me because I offer a service. The service I offer is a talk radio style show in the manner of Howard Stern, Tom Leykis, Rush Limbaugh. I'm just black. And I talk about how women in the community annoy the fuck out of me. And I do it in a very entertaining way. And I get paid very well to do it. That is not a grift. That is not a scam. That's not red pill. That is entertainment. I use black women for entertainment.
Child, have mercy. Niggas is just gonna be niggas. So you might as well get that money while you bullshitting.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight's show is about grifting. A lot of creatives in the space who spew all of this vitriol. It's all for show. It's all for show. And the tragedy is you really do have people who really have pain and really are looking for. Thank you, Black Man. Oh, I thank you, Corey, too. I saw you saw your comment. Really are looking for answers. They're coming to the space looking for answers, they're looking for solutions, or just looking for a space where they feel like they have like minds and they can vent their frustration. Whether it be in the dating world or like their personal lives, their career wise, and the places that they're going to, the people that they're looking up to and they're looking to for answers are simply just saying what they want people to hear in exchange for money. And that's the sad thing. You mute.
Yeah, but then you got shows like this one. Like one person will send a Cash App or something. They don't support it. I have a show. I have a channel dedicated to health, fitness, wellness, the whole 9 yards. I received like 3 Cash Apps since it existed, and that was from one person. The same person sent 3 Cash Apps. The same one person sent 3 Cash Apps. You know what I'm saying? So so these people, they're paying these people money to not get answers.
Well, some of that too. We always talk about accountability in this space. Some of that falls on the people who are supporting it. It falls on the hands of the people who are supporting it too. Because
like I said, the people
if you don't watch and then you're not supporting it, and they can't get pushed the way that they're being pushed. So
no, they need to get pushed.
Yeah. Now I can see now shout out to Obsidian for being honest and saying, hey, I'm simply entertaining. That's simply what it is for me.
But here's the thing: there's a way to do both. Like check out. We have a gentleman in the chat right now, DL Saint. I really want to know podcast. Absolutely fantastic content.
Yeah, he does.
I really do like his show. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've seen a video of his yet that I didn't like. Now that's information mixed with entertainment, and it's just. I think it's mostly his personality. Yeah, he's that gift of gab or whatever it is, where he can entertain and inform you at the same time.
Right.
Not everybody has that talent. You know what I'm saying? Like I could sit there and I'm entertained and I'm okay, and I'm being informed at the same time. Howard Stern was the same way, but Howard Stern people like that do it by being themselves. Like that's why people like that was appeal to me and you. We're not faking, we're not acting. We're just, hey, this is just how we are. If you and I was sitting at home or something,
right?
We just talk like this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And the authenticity comes out on the screen.
Right.
We're not sitting here saying you shouldn't be with men or women. You shouldn't be with men or you shouldn't be with women. That's dumb.
Right.
I mean,
well, the thing is, even if you feel like you're just entertaining, there is a certain level of social responsibility by you being on a public platform like this. You got to understand that people are being affected by what you say, and people. There will be people who emulate what you do.
It's just like with Ryan, that comedian that was on the video, Ryan. What's his name?
Davis.
Ryan Davis. Yeah, Ryan Davis said, "Okay, it's cool if he informs 3 women who had bad habits and had the wrong mentality towards men and relationships. But then if you create 10,000 bitch ass niggas, go out there saying forget women, this, thus, and so, did you really help anything?"
Right.
And shout out to Kevin Samuels, RIP. I think I do honestly believe that his intentions were noble. I think that he was honestly trying to help people.
Yeah.
Because he didn't come out, because there are a bunch of people who lie on him, say he's calling women ugly. I'm like, he's never once called a woman ugly.
Right. Yeah.
Never once did that.
Yeah.
Now the one woman he said, man, be average, he was being honest. She was an average looking woman. She didn't know where to find the guy she was looking for. She didn't know any of the guys she was looking for.
Yeah.
He just told the truth, and that's what came out in that video. That's why people gravitated towards him. Real people like realness. Unfortunately, they don't. If it's not doesn't come with, like Obsidian says, like if it doesn't come with a certain panache or doesn't make them feel a certain way, people don't support it generally. So you can be broken right, or you can be wrong and rich. Pick one.
That's true. Also, Black Man says, Black David and I watched a stream about the value of hoes. 2,500 people were watching. What does that tell you? Well, I studied theater in undergrad, and one of our classes was called The Elements of Drama. And part of the element of drama is conflict. It has to be some kind of conflict. And, but at the same time, there has to be like a climax and like some kind of resolve or resolution. But, there, in this space, there's plenty of conflict. There's
no resolve.
There is no resolve.
Right. There's no resolve.
So it's like,
what's the point? That's why a lot of people who are looking, like, you got this young cat out there. He's a content creator named Cheeky, goes by the name of Cheeky Banter, right?
Yeah.
Clever name, by the way.
Cheeky.
Yeah, Cheeky Banter. Clever name, by the way. But Cheeky is a young man who's honestly looking for answers.
Yeah.
No kid, but unfortunately, he's in a space and he's in a crowd where he's not going to get any good ones. He's going to get nothing but trash information. And he's a guy. See, one of his problems is he sticks to logic too much. But he just needs to be pointed in the right direction. That's it. He's a good guy.
Right.
And he's not a grifter, I wouldn't say. But a lot of these people are. I mean, you just
not
hear
everybody is not everybody is a grifter in this space. And you do have some content creators who are genuine and they are putting out good content.
Are they though?
But it's not a whole lot. He said people don't want resolve and will not ever change. It's too addictive. You're right.
Hey, here's the thing with that though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I told Obsidian, if he has Queen Maker on his platform, he gonna get it from me too. He gonna listen. He gonna get.
And like he said,
listen. I don't know.
Business.
Yeah, no, bro. Here, y'all saw it on the video. Y'all saw me tell Obsidian. He's one of the founders of the manosphere. To my understanding, he might not be. I don't know. Maybe my information is wrong. To my understanding, he's one of the founders of the manosphere. Yeah, I'm holding his ass accountable too. You do some weak shit like that. You're gonna argue with somebody who's just patently false and obviously grifting? Why? Like, what's the one name of that one chick who was in the video? The one who said that they should kill black babies.
Oh, Cynthia G.
Yeah, that one. Why would I ever? I have nothing to say to her. She's a race traitor. Even if she's just saying it just for entertainment, you're a race traitor, and I got nothing for you.
Yeah.
Not even a conversation. Not even words. I ain't got nah. You sit there and say that about black people, black children, no less.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna be on any show that I'm on. I'm not coming to it. If you show up to it, like say she cammed up, and then just because it's good for business, either her or that Queen Maker chick or something like that came up and she cammed up, I demand that she be taken off.
Yeah.
Like I would. Like I have nothing to say to people like that. I don't. There's no conversation to be had. They're just obviously there for money, and it's unfortunate that people are watching that garbage and believe in that garbage. Because and they leave out the fact that it is garbage. They know it is, but then they listen to this stuff and go out in life and behave that way.
Right.
As
well,
if it was real.
You have to think about what it is, why you have your channel. Because the unfortunate thing is, like, yeah, you may have good intentions as far as like putting out like quality content, like things that are going to benefit people. But if you really, if your goal is also to grow and build an audience, you're gonna have to put a little foolishness in there too.
Yeah,
Because
comedy.
Foolishness catches on a lot quicker and a lot faster.
But comedy is one thing. Foolishness is another. Buffoonery, that's no. Okay, and these are buffoons.
Hey. Well, in watching like mainstream media, it's full of buffoonery. So people are kind of like conditioned to be drawn to that. That's what they're used to. That's what they know as entertainment.
Okay, all the grifters. Now, shout out to Harris Tribe Media. They're in the house.
What's going on?
The Saids, Mr. He Said, Mrs. She Said, the dopest married couple in all of YouTube.
Right.
If y'all want to, if y'all want to know what it is to have a wife or to have a husband and how you behave in a marriage, go watch them and just do what they do.
Right. Yeah. Definitely.
Mimic that. If you're gonna mimic anything, mimic that.
Definitely. You know what? I want to kind of drop the link a little bit early tonight.
Yeah, let's get this nonsense.
I have another video because there's an actual term for grifters. Like, you know, we use grifters, but there's an actual term for it. It's called moral grandstanding. And I have a video clip from one of my favorite channels, The Big Think. And there's a psychologist on there. He actually like studies moral grandstanding, and he breaks down what exactly that is, and he gives some suggestions as far as like how to curb that. So admin, you can cue up video 2 for us, please.
Moral grandstanding is the use of moral talk for self-promotion. It's the thing that you say in order to satisfy your desire for moral recognition. It's what you type into your computer or on Twitter. It's what you say to your political allies in order to get them to think that you are morally impressive. So a common impulse when you see someone do something bad is to scold them, to call them out. However, we don't recommend calling out grandstanding, criticizing people for grandstanding. As it turns out, it's very hard to know whether someone's grandstanding. I mean, think about it. Grandstanding requires a certain kind of desire, a desire to impress other people. And that's not the kind of access you have into someone's head. You don't know truly whether someone is grandstanding or not. And we compared this to lying. It's very difficult to know whether someone is lying, especially if all you see is a bit of written text. Why? Because lying involves something like a desire or intention to deceive, and it's hard to read that off just what someone says or writes. So look, we probably all have this desire. We all want to be liked. We all want to be seen as morally good. Life would be difficult if everyone thought that we were horrible people. So we're not arguing that you should get rid of this desire. That's probably impossible. What we want to suggest is that there are some contexts in which satisfying this desire is not good. I mean, there are lots of natural desires that we have. You might desire to mate, but you don't satisfy this desire in small claims court. So just like there's a desire for recognition that's natural, and we think it's probably a bad idea to satisfy that in public discourse, go satisfy it somewhere else. Go satisfy it in a context in which you might actually do some good. So if it's really important to you that people see you as a morally impressive person, go to the soup kitchen, volunteer, make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for people, and take pictures of it and post it on Twitter. At least that way you're satisfying your desire by doing something good.
Okay, that wasn't the end of the video. So the next suggestion he had was publicly embarrassing someone for grifting.
Polarization, cynicism about moral talk, outrage, exhaustion. You're probably going to have a more positive effect on the world by satisfying that desire in other contexts.
It's okay.
When you're wrong.
It's probably doing that because it's from...
when someone makes a good point,
I don't know, maybe because it's
tell them so.
Coming from a big thing.
That's what I did. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. If you're streaming it from your computer, it tends to do that. But if you upload it, like drag and drop it to StreamYard, it's usually pretty seamless. Usually, but then again, depends on what's going on with your computer or the internet. It could be various other things. Not necessarily anyone's fault.
Right. He was like, so his last suggestion was another way to kind of curb people from grifting, or not grifting, but from moral grandstanding is simply like don't support the content. Long story short, he was like, if they put out, he was like, a way to do it, to shame them without, what you call like scolding them or ridiculing them. He was like, just don't support it. He was like, if he was like, the best way to curb that behavior is embarrassment. He was like, that's embarrassing to them. Like if they put out posts on Instagram or if they put out videos and nobody watches it, that's humiliating for them. And one thing that someone who, is more grandstanding, that one thing that they seek is attention. And if you're not giving them that attention, that's embarrassing for them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I do want to get to dropping the link so some of y'all can. And shout out to Mr. Bennett. I just saw him come into the into the chat. Ron Bryant in the chat. What's going on? Scam likely was dust. Oh, you will be so perfect for this conversation. Dust. Just troll him and get him over with. That's what I was thinking about.
Here's the thing. What he's saying is, what he means by just troll him and get over with it, because people don't listen. They claim they want answers, but then, and here's the thing. We all fall prey to that from time to time, myself included. You know what I'm saying? But that's something that I'm actively and constantly working on, present day, listening. Right. And listen just means paying attention to what the other person's saying. Pay close attention to what the other person's saying. I am currently working on that, and we don't know how, even if we were once good at it, we don't know how much we've fallen off until you actually, like, what I'm saying? Someone brings it to your attention. Hey, pay attention, what I mean? But yeah, I think we all can do well. Would do better if we worked on it, but tonight's about grifting and charlatans. The queen make it shake.
Moral grandstanding.
Yeah, that's a PC term. I'm calling it what it is: grifting, fake, phony, fraud.
This show is about solutions, and being solution based. And I do want to play the opening video once again for those who are coming in and didn't catch it.
Right, we're gonna roll the video while we drop the link. Drop the link.
Right. Before we do that, I have some suggestions for those who are genuinely looking for answers. Because you have some people, like, if you watch the content and you're consuming the content solely for entertainment, that's fine. But if you are coming to and consuming the content because you're looking for answers, you're looking for solutions, you're not really going to get any here. But since Mandrell and I are about solutions, I do have some suggestions for you. Write down what kind of man or woman you want to be. And I mean, what kind of qualities you would like for that, if you would imagine that person having, what kind of life you would imagine that person having, and start from there. Seeking how to acquire or attain that in your everyday life off of YouTube. Look for a mentor, someone who can give you guidance, give you counseling, who can actually help coach you in the direction of where you want to be, where you want to go in life. And I think the main key too is all of the answers you're looking for, you will never find outside of yourself. All of the answers are in here. They're in you. You have them already. The power, there is so much power in journaling or just writing down your feelings and your thoughts. A very powerful exercise is write down your emotions and your thoughts, what you're going through, at any given time, any day. Let it rest for a day or so and come back to it and read off what you wrote down. And there you'll start to understand what's going on inside. Another powerful tool, books. I remember a couple of years ago, I went through a very, very horrible breakup. And as a matter of fact, I knew I needed counseling, but I just couldn't afford it. So another alternative I turned to, instead of trying to afford something that I just couldn't, is I went to Barnes & Noble. I went to the self-help section, and I got this workbook. It's called the Self-Esteem Workbook, and it is phenomenal. It had like so many different exercises and tools in it that really helped me not only get through and beyond that, but it also helps me get through hard times, tough times, emotional times, even to this day. It is absolutely phenomenal. And that's where I started like really journaling and writing down like my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings. And it also helped me to change my mindset, change my perspective, change how I thought about things. Instead of thinking in things in such a negative way or negative terms, it helped me to think in a more positive manner, just about everything in life. And because of that, my attitude, my perspective, my everything is so much better because of it. Another book I got.
Is it though?
It is.
Your attitude?
It is. It helps a lot. If you don't like to read, that's fine. They have audio
There's nothing fine about that.
Huh?
There's nothing fine about that.
Fine about what?
That's not the message you want to deliver.
Oh, yeah. Audiobooks, they have audiobooks if you don't have time to read or you just don't like reading at all, where like you can just listen to it. Daily affirmations, like do a quick Google search, like, just positive quotes. Little things like this make a huge difference in your life. I'm telling you, and I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. Tell you what I know.
How you know?
It helps exponentially. Anyway, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and drop the link. And before we start pulling people up, admin, for the people who did not catch the video in the beginning, let's roll that beautiful bean footage one more time.
Beautiful bean footage.
That's right. From the beginning.
Yeah, you can drop us down and drop the link too.
Oh, you lost to Queen Maker. You're not good enough. Go back to the gym and get good. You're not ready.
So you agree that this ultimately falls back on the men then?
Yes, for having them on her platform. My observation of her does not leave a very pleasant picture of her at all. And the fellas who fall for this trap to put her on that platform to make it even bigger. I'm even more disgusted with them jokers. I'm sitting here. I better not see on your platform, brother. I better not see that.
Oh man,
because you gonna get it too.
Well, I've done numerous live streams about her. She's good for this.
She good for business. What happened to the video?
There is some level of dependence that they have established through their provision of you, and I want to know what that is.
I never allowed for myself to ever let a woman tell me what it is that she wanted. I never asked her. Listen, I'm not asking you what it is that you want from me. What are you looking for in a man? That's not a conversation that I'm going to have with you. Why do you think I care about what you want? Whatever it is that you want, if you wind up getting around me, then that's going to have to change anyway.
Men are not capable of love.
Bullshit.
Men are incapable of love.
A lot of Black women do not know how to love.
But by the fourth date, has he even proven that he's husband material? Can he pay all your bills? Do you still work? I mean, what are your qualities that you're looking for in a man? Does he have them? Should you even give him sex? Does he even want marriage with you? Y'all are asking the wrong questions.
Is trying to put a square peg in a round hole, saying my view is crazy, but it's actually based in biological fact, and it's worked for millennia. And as a matter of fact, we have the society we have today because of polygamy to some degree, monogamy as well, but monogamy for the man is a choice. Monogamy for the woman, it's pretty much necessary.
Nah, sis, you're not crazy. Don't let that man convince you that you are either. You just peep game. You just peep the inconsistency, the lies, the way that his words and actions wasn't matching. A man is gonna call you crazy when he wants to leverage your emotional investment into him as a way to keep you blind to the disrespect he's been showing you.
See, for all of you dudes that deal with women and you don't see that type of behavior, it means you're not her first choice. It means she's settled for you. And since she's settled for you, she's not gonna give you the full benefits of being with her. In other words, she's not gonna respect you. She's not gonna submit to you. She's not gonna be cooperative. She's not gonna be loyal. She's not gonna defend you when other people talk crazy about you. She ain't gonna do none of that.
Women have co-signed these stupid ideas for too long. And then you get these simp men that co-sign them too. This is true masculinity. Telling the women that they're deluded. This is crazy.
The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
Nobody has an issue with holding women accountable. So when Kevin Samuels came forward, it was a breath of fresh air to me. But what I didn't realize is how many bitch-ass he was going to empower. All these niggas, if you ever see Kevin Samuels go live, just look at the live feed comments. Soon as a woman pop up, oh, she a 2. She don't deserve a man. Oh, she probably got 100 kids, whatever. All these no pussy getting ass niggas who ain't never had the bravery to speak to a woman can't do nothing but talk shit when Kevin is talking to these women. And men, us men who are handling our business and doing our shit, come on, be honest. We know these niggas. We know who these niggas are. They're the same niggas that troll us in our comment section. And all I'm saying is, it doesn't matter if Kevin is doing a service, because if he create 3 angels in women by teaching them to be accountable, but in the end, create 1,000 monster ass niggas that's ready to disrespect women on the back end, it's hurting what he's trying to do.
What'd you take? Fuck the woman! What?
Y'all remember Darius Jackson, the content creator who got exposed for cheating on his wife like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember. He made a video which I unfortunately found myself agreeing with. In the video, he was saying that a lot of times when a woman is single for a long time, men or sometimes even other women will look at her like there's something wrong with her, when a lot of times that woman is just very smart. And he's 100% right. The longer that you go without a man, the clearer you start seeing things. And the clearer you can see, baby, the worse it is. But no, seriously, when you stop operating from a place of, oh, I need a relationship, I need a man, and you start really looking at these men for who they are and what they have to offer and what they can really bring to your life, the quicker you will start to realize that a lot of them are just not worth all of what we thought that they were.
This is who I am. This is what you will get. This is what you will receive. This is the blessings.
You're the blessing.
Hell yeah, I'm the blessing. Do you not see? Look at this. This is a blessing right here.
All right, ladies, so one thing that I've learned from Shira 7 of all the years I've watched her, the most important thing is emotional control. If you can't control your emotions, you can't control your man. And being able to control your man is how you get what you want.
I'm tapped into all of her videos. I've watched every single one of her videos, and then I always go back as soon as I'm thinking about men and I'm starting to fantasize. I'm like, oh, let me watch her video because I need to get back right.
Wait, hold on. Okay, you start. So you going against you? It sounds like you're going against when you really are attracted to penis.
So Princella explains in her videos that we as women are socially conditioned to be attracted to men. And it's funny because people are always talking about the gay agenda, but actually society pushes a heteronormative agenda. And if you are not heteronormative, then you are ostracized by society.
This space is absolutely toxic. It's not about healing. It's not about trying to find a resolve, a medium to help our community. It's all about making money. And some of the men majority of the men, content creators, are just focused on profiting off your pain. So the men that are really hurting, they don't care about you. They're just trying to make $1 off of you. And it's sad. Let me play this for you guys. And this will tell you why I want nothing to do with this space.
People are not calling me to not get entertainment in return. People pay me because I offer a service. The service I offer is a talk radio style show in the manner of Howard Stern, Tom Likas, Rush Limbaugh. I'm just black. And I talk about how women in the community annoy the fuck out of me. And I do it in a very entertaining way. And I get paid very well to do it. That is not a grift. That is not a scam. That's not red pill. That is entertainment. I use black women for entertainment.
This is the echo for me. This the echo
Niggas
for me.
is just gonna be niggas. So you might as well get that money while you bullshit.
Oh, I say it again. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Matthew 7, verse 15. And we are back. Thank you, everybody, for coming on up.
Yeah, you got this new culture. Red pill, MGTOW. What's some other ones? Manosphere, all this stuff. All it does is guarantee that you will never be attractive to a woman. It's not going the way people think they thought it was going to go. It's turned into a shit show now. It is. I don't recommend Manosphere to anybody. I don't. I think the Manosphere is a joke. That's my honest opinion. Bro. I didn't recommend you go. But you're not Manosphere. Red pill, mixed.
You know, I'll say this.
It's just like. Plus, hold on. DL saying you're very clear when you speak about things. When you shift gears on a topic, you're clear about it. Like you'll give an answer to one thing, but then if you give an answer to another question, for some reason people out here think you're giving this two different answers to the same question. You're like, no, this is a different issue.
Mm-hmm.
My answer for this is this. My answer to that issue over here is that. Do we understand each other?
Airborne.
And then right. And so you and I will sit there and look at people like this, like because we sit there like, how did he miss it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how'd you miss that? I was very clear.
Well, here's the thing. I think that many of these they start off with good intentions. I guess the intention of, like, especially with the manosphere, like there's an intention for men to come together and have a space where they can have conversations about things that frustrate them, particularly like, you know, in the dating scene, and that like really took legs of its own, and just ultimately like what it evolves into is something different. Like where it starts and then where it ends up going is like two different places, and like it ends up in like two totally different spectrums.
You don't think that's a cop-out?
How is it a cop-out?
It's a misunderstanding. Hey, but hey, who made that video? But real quick, who made that video? Who put that video together? Well, shoot right.
It was the echo for me. It was the echo.
It's just the echo.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was the video editor extraordinaire.
Hey, right, okay.
Hey.
Black women.
Hold on. Shout out to Ricky Williams in the chat. Ricky, if you'd like to join us for this conversation, please do. By all means, come up. You are more than welcome at any given time. Any place I'm at, he's welcome. I like Ricky. Rick is a real one. Now, to DL Saint, let me talk to somebody with a brain. DL, there are a lot of grifters out there. People put out information. Now, here's the thing. My thing with Obsidian. Now that's kind of we've done this video. All right, he makes it clear that he's here for entertainment. entertain. He's here to entertain people in the realms of Howard Stern, you know, in the realm of say Rush Limbaugh, Don Imus, people like that, like the radio, Tom Joyner, and all them. If that's what he's doing, fair enough. If he's here doing a talk radio show, whatever, and fair enough, whatever. But I mean, he needs to make that disclaimer. Well, it's not his responsibility. People are going to believe what they want to believe, and they're dumb, most people, and that's why I stay away from them. Anyway, I just think that in this manosphere, I think this is just branded as entertainment, period, not a source of information.
But it's not just, you know, like I haven't been in that world, this space a long time, right? I'm new to it. But the guys who started it are my age, some are even older. So like this thing has been around for a long time. It started out as that space that you said that men could come together. It was on those forum pages and all that kind of stuff. Before we had this technology, they were getting together, comparing notes, having conferences, and doing what they were doing, right? Yes, the vast majority of them dudes are hurt. Yes, that's how they found themselves down that rabbit hole, because men will go looking for answers, right? But it's morphed into something else now, right? Whenever money comes around, right? You got a lot of guys in there, like dude was right. You got a lot of guys in there who they just want to watch Fresh and Fit so they can hear Myron put some woman in her place, right? Quote unquote. And it's like, that's the business part of it. That's the entertainment part of it. No one's watching NBC, ABC, CBS anymore like when I came up, you know, for y'all old folks out there. Could you imagine watching the Cosby Show and having the ability to send your thoughts onto the TV screen so the whole world could see it while the show was going on? To actually have Bill Cosby stop, come out of character, and say something to you, that's YouTube. That's money, right? That is a lot of money. And people go over there and drop millions, literally. You look at someone like Pearl, you know, it's all about the bread to her. It's all about, you know,
right.
money.
That's another thing about this manosphere. The manosphere is a joke, and because you let women in it. How is it a manosphere now? How?
Rich Cooper calls it the Mano Swamp. You got the dudes in there fighting because money came involved. They got money. Money's involved now. So everybody act funny when it comes to that money, right? That's that old school slang for all you people born in the 70s. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
That's that.
And shout out to Crystal Light. Crystal Light says she thought Tommy S created the manosphere. I have no idea who Tommy S is.
That's Tommy Sotomayor.
Sotomayor.
Oh
Instagram.
No.
Instagram. Let these niggas know who the fuck I am. It's Instagram.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But you know, real quick though, what people need to realize is the vast majority of the people in the chats and the people who drive the Mano Swamp, who drive YouTube, they never meet these
I've been
people
since the age of 12.
But they never meet these people, right? So they come in there and do this, but they don't know what it's like when the cameras go off. They see all the craziness and the Frank Castle and the fight, but as soon as the cameras go off, everybody go get something to eat, everybody go get something to drink. The chicks are getting hot, you know, they hollering at the dudes are hollering at the chicks. They don't understand. It's like, bro, this is just like Hollywood. It just don't cost as much.
Shout out to DL Saint. I heard that. Now that's a mic drop. That's a mic drop. It's just, so R.I.P. to the manosphere. You could have been something fantastic, but you know.
It ain't just the manosphere that's a hot mess. I don't know what you want to call this. I guess the woman's portion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You let women in the manosphere. Now, I don't want anybody to take offense to that part.
No. I'm not talking about letting women in the manosphere. I'm talking about okay, you got the manosphere on this side, and then you got the women on this side.
You got the Cynthia G's in this corner. So
exactly.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Those type of women.
So some people call it the T sector. I don't know why they call it that. I heard people saying that's what they call it, but so yeah, you have to let on the right side in terms of the manosphere, MGTOW representation over here, but on the other side you have the MGTOW, the queen makers, the other people like that, the feminist female side. But again, it's two halves of the same coin. And and some of y'all know, I know Dusto has. I actually spoke to Queen Maker last week for the first time. Aston and me and Robbie were having a conversation. I asked her one simple question. Listen, I've been watching her for a long time because someone mentioned Tommy Sotomayor. I've been knowing them. They've been going back and forth for years. I've been watching Tommy since I was about 14 years old. That long, right? And so when I see her getting up in the algorithm, I was like, okay, she's just going on different platforms, and it's very strategic. We gotta give her credit for that, right? So it's like again, same thing. Tommy did the same thing. A lot of people did the same thing, right? Andrew Tate, everybody. So, but the thing about it, I asked her a simple question. Listen, for someone that don't, I mean, you don't keep me up awake at night. I didn't tell her that, but I'm just, it's like I'm not upset that you're on YouTube and space and stuff. I just see that you are having all these talking points on the other side that are sounding very convoluted and trying to make these things more complicated than it really is, right? And I ask you, as a man, what can I do in terms of for a woman that you complain all the problems that men have contributed to society and everything? What is one thing I can do as a man who's a husband, who respects feminine, who will eventually have children, a daughter, a son, whatever? How can I contribute to society and not be the very thing you complain about? Well, you have to understand the nuclear family there is the problem because the biological system and the neurological brain here, you are not capable of loving because the gay male, the XYZ, X and X axis is for the male, for the masculine, the Y axis for the female, the Z axis is where we meet the intersection, but that is true femininity, which is why that's why we need to be in a matriarchy and dismantle the patriarchy because the biological system of the immortal that also does not connect into the nutrient of the biological.
Okay, bring on Dusto. We need a troll right now.
See now I asked my question. So, ma'am, what was my question? Did you not understand it? Like, you guys just don't understand. That's her response. Over
right,
and over
because she never answered your question, right? And she just gives out this word salad that she should give it people.
And listen,
and she throws out words that she knows that most people don't recognize, like hippocampus, hypothalamus,
what the fuck is that?
Parts of the brain. You know what I'm saying? Those are different parts of the brain. So she'll throw that out there, and
But yeah, can you talk to me like I'm 4? Like, I mean,
no, she's not. The thing is, Mike, she is talking to you like you're 4. She is. By doing that.
But here's the thing. I literally told her straight to her face, like, ma'am, I think the issue is on both sides is that we are this whole thing, this dynamic between men and women and relationships and stuff is more complicated than it needs to be, right? Because you bring up these terms by hypergamy, gynocentrism, whatever on the MGTOW sense. You have for women, you got this about masculinity, femininity, emotional intelligence, other things like that where we talk about. But here's the thing: the common sense is that is left out in these conversations because, again, all of it is a root from bitterness and lack of self-awareness. Because again, it's like we want to be in a place where we feel validated, but yet the internet is only it's only telling you why you should hate yourself. Wait, what is this? Oh. What's this?
Like, I don't know Lil Shorty, but that y'all talking about, I don't know Lil Shorty.
The Queen Maker, this chick, the Queen Maker,
she's not shorty. She built like anyway.
When he was doing his impression of a DLC, that's exactly how that woman. That's why everyone in the chat's busting out that. That's exactly how she sounds.
I can't do talking, but I can share to her voice though.
That's exactly what she says.
Are incapable of love. She was the one in the video.
She was the one that said that.
Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, you should have, yo, Jedi Mike, you should have ended all that with "Vote for me November 2nd." That's how you should have ended it with, because that's what she sound like to me. I ain't never seen this woman, but it sound like a politician.
You don't want to, man. You don't want to.
But here's
I saw her on accident.
But I want to emphasize
accident. I was not looking for her at all.
But here's the thing: people in my age, in the early, late teens and early 20s, we are the targeted demographic. See, you see a lot of people, especially with the young guys who are not even in this game, who are like 15 years old. Because mind you, I watched Tommy when I was 14. This is how early these talking points are getting into people's minds. And this is going the same thing for men and women, right? So when you having this whole thing about on a men's side that one, we're living in a society where we're told that men should value themselves and we should basically hate ourselves and everything, then basically what we do we become the villain. If you guys ever seen the movie Megamind, you ever know with the Will Ferrell, it's about this blue alien, it's like an animated movie. Basically, he been trying to be a hero this whole time, and the other guy, he been given everything handed to him on a silver platter, so he became the superhero. He said, "Well, if I'm meant to be bad, I'm gonna be the baddest one of them all." If I'm supposed to be the person that I should hate myself and I don't know how I have no capability of loving, then guess what? I'm gonna start the manosphere. I'm gonna be the biggest person be running these talking points, and I'm gonna be making black women and all these women out of entertainment and stuff and make a dime off of it. Because like, hey, if you're not gonna accept me, set me from who I am, then I'm basically become your worst enemy. And the same thing goes for women. Is again, we both created each other. Who came first, chicken or the egg? The answer is both.
I would say this, bro, and I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but what I've noticed, like I'm a go outside person, right? I grew up in the 70s, right? So we old school over here. I tell these guys all the time, like, now you can't Zoom me, now you can't FaceTime me. You have to bring your ass outside. And what I notice about these young men and some of these older dudes, right? 20% of them, of all the guys in the manosphere, only about 20% of them are really trying to better themselves, really trying to do the stuff that the manosphere says is trying to help men do. The rest, the 80%, the rest of them, they're invisible. They know they're invisible. They're lazy. They're basement dwellers. They're dusty, like Dusto be saying. They don't give a shit, right? All they want to do is just, stay in that drama and churn around in that BS and send in their $2 super chat and hope and pray that Myron reads it on the screen, right? Because they ain't trying to better themselves, right? The guys that are trying to better themselves, you actually see them in real life because they come out. They put their money away. They take notes. You feel me? So I think that's always going to be the case. You're always going to have a small percentage of people who are really trying to better themselves. And the vast majority of folks are just going to sit back and make noise and hope that somebody sees them. There's a lot of stuff that the manosphere says that I agree with. There's a lot of stuff that the RP stuff out there that I agree with. And there's a lot of stuff that I don't. A lot of it's just bullshit, bro. I'm like, come on, man. And if you can't tell the difference between the bullshitter and somebody who's 100 and you want to go out there and spend your money, man, I hope they take your money, right? Like I say on my platform, man, don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I mean? Understand what the game is. Understand these people trying to get your bread. And if you dumb enough to let them take your bread, then that's on you, homie. That's how I look at it. And they just look at me like, damn, I'm like, I'm saying it's a cold world out here. Now give me that money. You know what I'm saying? Give me my $100.
It's a cold world out here. Now give me that money.
Give me that money.
Scam Likely, would you like to chime in? You and Corey Hager, shout out to. And by the way, everyone, again, book recommendation of the week for the second week in a row, Stillwater. Written by our very own, right here on the panel, Corey Hager.
Word?
Yeah, it's his book. I actually went to Amazon and bought this book. And I didn't tell him I was doing it. I wanted to read it and see what it's like for myself. And I was like, yeah, but because Corey's written like poetry and he'll read it out and stuff like that. I was like, this shit is corny, but that's actually kind of cold. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was good. But so when I read his book, I'm like, oh, no wonder he can actually write.
Yeah,
he's a writer. No wonder the poetry sounds so good. So
it's a testosterone charged book. It's a man's book, really.
I don't know why, but when I read that book, I hear it in Corey's voice.
Page 2.
I'm talking about his cadence and the whole nine. They took my mama. I never saw my mama. I never saw my daddy. Never knew him. I was like, why am I hearing Corey's voice right now?
And I'm just waiting him to say, I sell propane and propane necessity.
Right.
Oh, you got it.
So why am I hearing Corey's voice right now to read this book?
I don't own a dog or a goldfish, so.
Right.
Y'all are terrible.
Right, Scan, what you got for us, man?
I actually have a solution. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? I'm actually on the earpiece and stuff.
We hear you.
Okay. Go to the manosphere, MGTOW, any of these spaces. Whatever they tell you to do, hurry up and do the opposite, and you'll be successful. Here's the deal. MGTOW. But pretty much, if it doesn't make sense, it just doesn't make sense. Men going their own way without no women. That sound like that makes sense? Anybody? Or sound like some dudes could be holding hands, kissing and fondling each other by the year 2028. The talking points, every one of them contradicts itself. And I can stuff them down anybody's throat, probably by the twos within less than 30 seconds. I'll probably do it on one of my shows one day. Results are what they are. 2021, 2020, I started listening to some of this stuff. 2021, I came on panels. By 2023, the people are fatter, uglier, dustier, crustier, mustier, yelling at each other. And it's to the point where there's 10 men waiting to come up on with one woman can say something, there's 10 men foaming up at the mouth, slobbing on the microphone. Raw women's. Two, I just had to come troll them 2-3 times a week to make my quota and renew my license, and that's just what it is. But every solution that was given, I'm just talking common sense, taking care of your physical health. They said, no, we're not going to do it. They're getting fatter. Diet, they said, no, we ain't doing that. Communication. It's supposed to be a relationship-based space. And all they talk about is money that people don't even have. Women are incentivized to lead a man. This is what we're talking about. Stuff like
Did you hear what Angela said in the video? I'm not asking a woman what she wants. I didn't even ask her. I don't care about what you want from me. That's not a conversation.
It's honestly not their fault for saying it. It's the person who's really looking for answers. Not their fault for saying it. It's their fault for listening. Now, if you're a troll, I understand. Shout out to the troll Illuminati if y'all are here. I get it. You come in here, you hear the junk, you troll. Or if you're here to learn other stuff like reactions, emotions, behavior, whatever. Shut Jedi Mike. Shout out to the troll Illuminati. I mean, I get it. There's an entertainment factor, and entertainment is very powerful. Entertainment is actual forms of emotional intelligence. You get to move and inspire people, change the way people feel. So I understand it is about Jedi. But real solutions to real problems. Confidence, they don't have it. Self-esteem, 80% of people don't have high self-esteem. That means they don't believe in the person that they are, which means also their parents didn't instill confidence. But people looking for answers, you ain't gonna find them in here, because people are beating each other up, tearing down their own confidence on a daily, hourly basis. What else is crappy about this space, other than the space? Relationship skills. That's the thing that's lacking. They weren't taught how to be in relationships, how to have conversations, solve problems, work together, be reasonable. Acceptance, because let's be real, you ain't the person you say you are. She ain't the person she says she is. What are you willing to accept? What are the things with the person that's like, you know what, I can't get it all, but I'll deal with this. How do you have them conversations? How do you manage those, initiate them? How do you listen during those conversations? How to? I honestly want to get better and learn more. I got 2 or more years left before I get ugly. And I got to learn more. And I literally cannot find spaces that actually have the right solutions to certain things, like communication, real marriage, other than celebrities, Wigosauruses in the space, and just men yelling at each other, or modern women won't submit, and that's all I can find. Even to the point where, of course, you got your dust panels, but even the regular panels then turned into a lot of the same junk. 1968, they showed a video, Vandrell and Shushu, and it was the same thing. I found one from 1986.
You sure did.
2023. There's probably 15 channels going on right now saying the same thing the same way. And them same people are getting older, fatter, ugly, and dustier. I'm getting tired of trolling them. I need some new stuff to troll. But it's going to be what it's going to be. Shout out to the Big Think. That's a great channel. Shout out to this channel, because there are real conversations being had. Shout out to J Speed. The natural order of things. Some things are just basic. Some things are scientific. The way that we were actually built, we're supposed to eat, supposed to do, because of how our bodies, minds actually were built, made to work. When you keep stuffing this junk, talking points and social media and swipe here and all this junk, it becomes what it is now. All the way back from blame the women to feminism. Well, was feminism started? Wall to patriarchy. Now it became a hatriarchy. Men and women hate each other. And I don't like them. I don't like these people either. I love me some women, though. Oh yeah, let me some women. But let's be real. It's 15 people, blood pressure all the way up, waiting to go yell at Queenmaker for something.
You can
but
hit
that
the
very
behavior.
That very behavior is what created Queenmaker. 20 people ready to fight Cynthia G and beat up. I mean, it's almost like people trying to form a militia. A whole bunch of men, all in the weight. Well, they're not in the weight oh, we got to get them. They go outside. I'm like, who we going to get it? Is it the Bloods, the Crips, the Illuminati? Who is it? And you see 3 Wigosaurus baby mamas outside with a stroller and 50 men armed up to go fight and take them down. That's what it really, really seems like. Like, come on, just no. And then they're fighting and losing. It's the worst thing. They're getting mollywopped, spanked, dragged, punked, dunked by the very women that some of us won't even talk to. And it's supposed to be the manosphere.
Right, and here's the thing: this chick, the Queen Maker. Now, imagine DL, if you will, all the jibber jabber that Jedi Mike was speaking when he was imitating her. She goes onto the Lapeef network with that same garbage, and they couldn't beat her.
the whole panel.
She couldn't, they couldn't beat her, and that's all. I mean, DL, that's all she had, and she beat him. I'm like. Unreal.
Let me take a moment. Let me take a moment to let y'all know me and DL Saint got a solution for the incels and the MAGTOW. We come developing the 304 coalition. So that's where we're gonna get all 304s together because hoes gonna be hoes, and so we just gonna take their power and use it for good, and we just gonna designate certain areas, certain neighborhoods and stuff, and make sure that they go out and hit all the incels and the MAGTOWs and the black pillars and all the other stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's just to make sure they spread the love, you know what I'm saying? Because they are
the Lord's work.
They are listen, let me tell you something. 304s are saving the world, okay? You hear me?
Yes.
They are making America safe again. They make the movie theaters and grocery stores and concerts safe to go to again. I'm trying to tell you out here, they changing lives. All right.
Man,
so y'all,
these dudes can't handle 303s. They ain't on that.
Ain't about the dudes, it's about the ladies. If you're out there, if you're 304, we're talking to you. Uncle Saint needs you. Time for you to do your duty.
But deal, they can't even handle 300s.
Bro,
you talking about 304s and 302s? I mean, no,
let me take
let's not talk about the BT 1000s. That's from Tommy Sotomayor. They call it Black Terminatrix. The BT 1100. That's their mamas.
We just need those women who love to smash. Y'all know who y'all is.
Right.
Those women out there just throwing it back on whoever for whatever. All y'all want, you know what I'm saying? A little gray goose will get you loose. Then we talking about you. Come on out here and do your duty. We're going to send you in. We ain't sending you to Gaza now. We just going to have you doing it right here in America. Right. Just going over here and we going to stop the next act of shooting.
Hey, wait. That's a great idea. What we sending to Gaza?
Yeah, maybe I'm about to drop. Thank y'all for having me on. I got to roll. I'm actually on vacation.
Not a problem. Maybe we can go ahead. Thank you for coming, Sam. Maybe we can calm this whole thing down over there in Gaza.
Bro.
But anyway, so wait, you and Shu are gonna take 304s, hoes, if you will, and put them in certain neighborhoods so they can give their services out, right? So essentially, y'all creating hoe hoods.
No, man, it's an op, bro. We gonna send them to airborne school. They're gonna be airborne qualified. We're gonna drop them into the places we need. They gonna land and do what they gotta do. They're gonna go in there. They're gonna smash. They're gonna find those incels wherever they are playing. They little what grand
is that like carpet bombing?
We're gonna carpet bomb these 304s all over America from sea to shining sea. They're gonna do their duty. And guess what? All they gotta do is once or twice a year. That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Duty,
smashing 3-4 guys a night. What's once or twice a year?
Exactly. Okay. Listen, Uncle Sam needs you.
Now, Uncle Saint needs you.
So what do we do about the grifters?
Wait, hold on.
That was a strong. That whole Queen Maker chick. That whole nonsense. Okay, that was the straw that broke the camel's back for me.
What you say?
What's that for?
Mandrill, a lot of this manosphere stuff. I was dealing with 304s in their 20s and 30s when I was a teenager. These boys need to grow up.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, the biggest thing, you know, the problem with these grifters and whatnot, man. Like, why are these grifters so successful? Because there is no effective leadership out there, right? There's none. Really no effective male leadership out there, right? You can say, well, my dad's in the house, but like your dad handpacked. Like, what's your father do? Nothing. He ain't play sports. He ain't serving the military. He ain't build nothing. You know what I mean? He's sitting around. He doing what he's been told to do. You need men to be men. We don't have that anymore. So it's easy to grift, quote unquote, these guys because they're. I mean, look at Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a charming dude. Like he knows how to talk to folks. I can see how he's made $1 billion off of these incels. You know what I mean? These guys that be on whatever that gaming platform is when they just sitting on. I can see how these guys want to follow Andrew Tate. You know, this guy he won a world champion, kickboxing thing or whatever, and he's driving a Bugatti or whatever. That's all they see, but they didn't have nobody they can talk to about real problems and handling real stuff. So they gonna gravitate towards that. There's some dudes out there trying to help, but it's like Mandrell said, you ain't getting the money if you coming out there with just real common sense solutions. If I look at some of these young dudes and I tell them like, bro, there's no cheat code. You're gonna go out here and take your licks. That's the only way you're gonna get better. They don't want to hear that because the grifter is selling the magic pill.
Yeah,
they're looking for the quick fix or the easy way out, and there is none.
Right.
There really isn't. You know what I mean? You have to go. And what they don't understand is they're gonna appreciate that grind when they get to the end of the rainbow.
Yep.
The grind is how you get good, but once you get to the end, it's over. You look at where you started and where you are now, and then how many people can really compare to you then?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, look at what you become, and I think people are afraid of learning and the process of self-improvement. People don't put value on it.
Nah, don't.
It's like I said earlier tonight. Self-improvement is something that active listening is something that I'm actively working on. And then when you find out what active listening actually is, you're like, oh shit, that's it.
You know what?
Now you got all it takes now is practice.
Right. You know what's interesting? I'm a watcher of Kendra G. And
why are you watching Kendra? Yeah, what was with that guy?
She added. Prime example. This is the blessing. This is the blessings. This is me. This is what I have, and this is the blessings. So you are the blessing. You damn right, woman. I'm the blessing.
Man, leave my cousin Ty Ty alone. I don't know why y'all messing with Ty Ty. Leave him alone.
But look, you know what? She added a question to the list of questions that she asked people when they come on the show. She asked them list three issues that you need to work on, and the vast majority of people can't come up with one, or if they do, they may come up with one, and that's it. And the most common one that they give is, my patience. I got to work on my patience.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hell, 70% of America is overweight or obese. So right off the rip, they can say I can work on my weight. I mean, there's just like 70% of America falls into that category. It's probably higher by now. You say that, you know what I mean? Like, I need to read more. You can say that. Just right off rip, they go 2.
Right.
I think the vast majority of people need to work on patience. The vast majority of people, but
how can you do that when your endocrine system is so out of whack because you're carrying so much extra? They're going to mess with your brain.
Yeah. And also people, gaining weight does affect your brain.
Yes,
it affects the way you think. It affects what you think. It affects all of it. Your mood.
Being a simp affects your brain.
Well, that too. It affects your mood, the whole nine, dude. Like being overweight affects you because your physical health and your mental health are directly connected. Not even related, they're connected. Like an arm, like your arm to your torso. Mm-hmm. Physical and mental health, they're directly connected. And once you gain so much weight, I read some literature that says 35 pounds, other literature says it's 40. Anyway, mostly 50 pounds or more. Then you're talking about a complete change in body chemistry, meaning the actual way your body operates and works.
Mm-hmm.
Then you wonder why you're depressed and all this other kind of stuff. You're not thinking straight. You're not your usual self. Yeah. Start doing some push-ups. Go for a walk. If you don't like to run, walk. Walking burns a lot of calories too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, sex burns more though.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
but I mean they're fat, so the prospects are low.
Well, okay.
And now
I'm not going there.
But see, you say, well, sex burns off calories, but now you into that. A third of men at 30 and up or whatever are sexless or had very limited sexual access. Like people are studying this thing, right? So you have these issues, right? But the grifters will come out and say, hey, you tired of not smashing? Well, pay for this course, $1,599, and I can guarantee you can get a baddie. And then had some, stripper that they met last night, paid her $100 to get in the video, just like this one right here. You know what I mean? So they gonna cough the money up.
They're looking for they're looking for the easy fix, the quick fix, the magic, like you said, the magic pill. And there is no magic pill.
The Blue Chew.
Right.
Her sister, C. Alice.
C. Alice.
Real. But I mean, there's nothing you can really do about the grifters, man. They out there, bro. The grifters, I mean, there's always been somebody selling you snake oil or want to sell you that bridge over there. That's always been the case. They always gonna be there. They drift to the money. They gonna get the grift, But what are you gonna do?
I mean, here's the thing. I got to tell you, conversation to have is trying to talk to somebody who cannot bring themselves to listen.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are in the military. I mean, your brain melts trying to get your point across because there's something in their head and it's just keeping all the good information out.
Somehow, some way, he's right. They just can't get right. They just can't get it together for some reason.
Yeah,
it's insane.
That's a fact. And then you got people out there, man. I see some folks, man. I just don't even try. You know what I mean? Like they come over, they want to talk to you, and I found it a nice, easy, polite way out the conversation. Like this man right here is so dumb. Like it's just nothing you can do about it. And all they know are talking points. Like Scam made a lot of good points. There are people out there who just regurgitate the stuff that they hear. Why? Because they're truly not trying to get better. They simply think about it. If you're invisible, if you're one of those people that don't really, you're awkward, you're ugly, you're fat, right? You don't know how to jump in a conversation. And here's the internet. Here's YouTube. And all you got to do is sit in front of your computer and type stuff in, and people are going to see you and interact with you. You don't have to show your face. They don't know who you are, but you're getting all these dopamine hits every time you type something in. Someone's laughing, the emojis and all that. I mean, they're winning. To them, like that's the best thing ever.
Well, you know what gets me is the guys that are in the basement, whether they're 30, 40 or whatever, and they're going to the manosphere trying to figure out how to be a man. And then they go over to the women's dating coaches and try to figure out what women want, and they don't even know what the hell they are.
Yeah.
They don't know what a man is. They don't know what women want, and they don't even know what they want. No, you can't talk to somebody like that.
You
Well, you know what? Some people just are afraid to ask themselves the questions. You know what I mean? Like it's amazing how if you listen to any of these like platforms, like just even the simple dating platforms, like even when Kevin Samuels was still alive and he was asking questions, a lot of the women he was asking questions to didn't have a clue of, and they never really thought about any of those questions until he asked. Kendra G, as many people who watch her show night after night after night, the questions at this point she's going to ask. Have you not thought about at least something to give her, like if she does, select you when you click the link, and they still get up here, like, come on. A lot of people don't have the answers because they don't sit down and they don't think, they don't write these questions down and actually think about them. They take a second to think about them.
I mean, that's the number one question asked in the manosphere to women who are there being interviewed or whatever, trying to get clout or attention, is what do men want? Like, that's the number one question. And it's like, when women are like, I want to be on the Fresh and Fit show. I'm like, that's easy. You just hit up this person on Instagram and tell them when you're going to be in town. They'll put you on the show. That's nothing. And then you go on that show and you watch them. You see them sitting there getting murdered. And it's like you said, Shu. Like, they ask the exact same questions night in and night out. They don't mix it up.
Right.
You didn't plan for this at all. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay. Right. And then you come out like they ambushed me. No, they didn't.
Right.
Victimhood.
Okay.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim. You're a professional victim. You can't even rub two pieces of wood together and have a thought.
Like you went into a gunfight unarmed. Like,
wearing a
with
clown
nothing.
suit, bright. Like,
Okay.
hey,
Unprepared out, no ammunition, no nothing.
hitting the horns like burn, burn, burn,
Oh,
burn.
that-
Yeah, with your own theme music.
Tow your ass up, and you come back and like, I can't believe I did hate no.
All right.
But I mean, it was the same thing with Kevin Samuels. I mean, when Kevin first came out, you know, I would watch him like, oh wow, look, who's this guy? And it was like I'm watching. I would watch every day, right? About the fourth day, it's like, yo, it's the exact same thing. Like it was even like we didn't even deviate a little bit. Like I'm doing it. I'm walking around asking the questions. It's like as Kevin is asking them, and they don't know. And then they get mad. How am I gonna rate myself? Everybody who comes on that show, he tells you he's gonna ask you to rate yourself scale 1 to 10. You can't use 7. He's going to say that.
I'm a 8. I'm a 9. Okay, so if we were to line you up with Beyonce or Kelly Rowland, you mean to tell me men would pick you out of that lineup over Beyonce and Kelly Rowland? Well, okay. I'm a 6, ma'am. I think a 6 is a little generous.
That average at best was generous. That woman was, listen, I don't know who she is, but she was dog ugly. I'm sorry. It's some of us out there like that.
He was trying to be nice. He was trying to be nice, DM.
Dog ugly. I was like, Kevin being nice. Like Kevin's being real nice right now. I saw that like, woof. But I mean, it's just, you know, when people talk to me about the mechanics of what's going on in the red pill world, and they talk about the stuff that they harp on, you know, like being in shape, being socially aware, making money. You know, and then people like, man, that's all bullshit. I'm like, look, bro, you're gonna do a lot better if you pull up in a Bugatti or pull up in a Rolls Royce than you are if you're gonna pull up in a broke down Pinto. I'm just letting you know, homie. I'm not saying it's gonna guarantee you success, but it makes it a little bit easier. Now, if you don't know how to talk, it's a problem. You know what I mean? So they get into different things, and I'm like, but some of the stuff be wild. Some of the stuff I'm like, nah, bro, that's not gonna help you. You know what I mean? And these dudes, they don't understand what's going on, and they go out, make the money, and then they go spend it. You know, so many of these hardcore red pill dudes will go out there and then they learn these little traits. They start to see some success, and then they run out there and they get this girl. Man, she's a good girl. How long you known her? Oh, we've been together like, you know, 3 or 4 days. Like, damn, bro, you didn't even say weeks. 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I think I want to marry her. Man, what's her last name?
Right.
What's her last name? Like, bro, while he's having the conversation, you searching her, like you looking her up, wherever. Like, so how do you feel about women on OF? Well, I would never mess with one of those women. Da, da, da. Isn't this her right here? Did you at least look to see if she had an account?
I'm in love.
Okay. I just want to take a second to welcome Trey Ferg to the panel. How are you, Trey? Thank you for coming up.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we hear you.
All right. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today on this beautiful Wednesday, aka Hump Day, middle of the week day? Hope everybody got their work done today that they intended to. You know, I've been listening about the last 45 minutes, so I don't know what the initial topic was, but I've just been following along with these last few. And Ms. Shushu, I think when you spoke about a lot of people don't really know what their answers are, I think they do. Most people think about them and it sounds good in their head. Girl, you are fine. Girl, you look good. These blah, blah, blah. But then when you put somebody where they know that their voice is going to be heard around the world, I'm not quite sure, of course, because nobody wants to be held accountable and incriminate. One thing I learned about Black folk, we ain't going to incriminate ourselves.
Yes, we do all the time.
But what I'm saying is, we do it in our actions, but if I can talk my way around it, I'm gonna talk my way around it. You're gonna have to show me on the video with my face and the person, and still I'm gonna argue with you up and down. That's not me. That's not me.
Here's the thing: a lot of people, particularly for women, to admit you're wrong is like it's embarrassing, and
yes,
it's admitting that you're flawed.
Yes.
A lot of people don't want to admit and own up to the fact that we're flawed. We're all flawed. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you a bad person or like a horrible human being to say that you are flawed. It's amazing. Like to admit that you have, things that you need to work on it in people's minds, it's like saying that I'm a horrible person. Nobody wants to be thought of as a horrible person. Horrible people don't think of themselves as horrible people because you don't want to be treated like a horrible person or thought of in that way. But I think once we start to embrace the fact that we are flawed, you can own up to your faults and own up to mistakes when we make them. But a lot of people just can't get over that hump. Like me having faults or me making a mistake, me actually being wrong in an argument or in a conversation doesn't make me a horrible person. It just means I made a mistake, or it just means I had a flaw. It's an opportunity to get better, to work on something.
You're 100% correct. But this is also pretty much, to me, it's almost a new phenomenon in the last 25, 30 years. I remember when you could be around your friends, and if you was doing some messed up stuff, most men, they would hold you accountable. Like, dude, you on some mess. And just, I say, because like a lot of guys, I've been in the military, I done so much in my life. It take me a whole panel, a whole show to talk about the things I've done. I've seen the good, the bad, and the worst. I worked in some of the worst neighborhoods in America. I spent 17 years in Chicago, from West Side, Maywood, all the way to Wild Hunnets. And when I say Wild Hunnets. I've seen some of the most heinous things done to young brothers and young sisters by each other. But also had a chance to be on the inside of it, because I was going into these homes, and a lot of these adults now trying to navigate this space where finding a partner I can't find, whether it's man or woman, they all were raised by the same logic in the same type of home. The men and the women, a lot of our warrior, and I say warrior class because I always look at that 17, 18 to 35 or 40. A lot of them have spent the last, it's almost like you can go to any neighborhood where there's a lot of single parent homes, there's a lot of crime, a lot of drugs, a lot of friends, killed family of friends. They know the people who did this, they do all that. And this is just the chickens come home to roost from that. When feminism took the father out the home, that was one level. Mother still carries some dignity. When crack took the mother out the home, it left generations to just be lost for years to come. And this is the fruition of it, because it boggles me how most young men who are in the prime of their life are struggling to just move the needle for themselves a little bit. Women have now gotten to a place where they can, they're champion each other's, I guess if I would say their foolishness, they champion that foolishness. Girl, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Because at some point, they all are in competition for a small group. And guys can really turn the table. That's why I say, you got to take time. Like a guy go to the military because he realized he need change. For the most part, most brothers, this ain't working. Right. When you get a chance to step away, I call it going to the wilderness. To step away from what you're comfortable with, you're able to see life a little different. I listen to guys that been in the service and had a chance to move around. They talk different than guys that only grew up in that space where they were born. It's a little more difficult. And it's no shame for guys who've gone through the struggle, because it happens. We've all have to go through something to get to a better place. I just think people try to jump through the work that it takes to be prepared to be in that space that you want to be in. Right. Everybody knows in military, you ain't coming in off the streets as a captain. No, you're going to start and you're going to work your way through, and you're going to go through the years, and you're going to go through airborne training. I do say air assault is better, but hey, that's another story.
Somebody
And
high.
Hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Well,
Watch your
Somebody
mouth.
high
I'm
right
just saying.
now, bro.
Hey, isn't he though?
Just say no to
you
drugs,
see,
brother.
but what I'm saying is, you see how they defended the hard work that they put in. Not a lot of people are going to, especially us. And I only really focus on us. It's like it's scary to see now, over the last 30 years, how there's no separation from the child and the adult. You look at a woman, she acts the same, dresses the same as a 15-year-old. They have the same type of talking points. They actually, they're teaching now to have sex, but have no connection to the man that you're sexing with. Make a baby. Allow your child to be a bastard child. Let's continue this. And they're championing this. And we're not really looking at the overall picture, because these things, these wars that are happening, they're not by chance. These homes, well, I ain't gonna say homes, these are apartment buildings that are being built. They're not being built for Shaprita and her 3 kids. They're being built for the people that are going to be coming here in the next 3 to 5 years. And a lot of sisters, and that's why I say, brother, this is the perfect time to be on your square. Spend the next 4 or 5 years being on your purpose, being on your square. Because at some point, all of those, we don't need a man don't know how to do this, they're going to come knocking at your hut. Let me in. And you can lay down all your laws at that point. But if you don't take that time and put in that work, you're going to be out there in the same streets. And it's scary, because if they say, because our population growth hasn't changed, it's always been 13% what they put out there. It could be more, could be less. We don't know, because we too busy looking at ourselves, talking about, man, that ain't right. This ain't right. Fine. Look at it like playing football. It's my last thing. You play football, you're going to learn 15 plays on that field in 1 week. Take the plays that work, the rest, move it, take it out of the playbook. Somebody got to be the player. Somebody got to be the coach. And like my brother DLC said, the game ain't changed. It's the same old game, just different players. We all had to come out of that. And if you're not willing to especially now, it's more prevalent to fight as a unit today. If not, man, I know my brothers that been in the military, I know they got their arsenal. They building it up. Sister Shoo, if you find somebody with an arsenal, cleave to him, and he'll protect you. Other than that, these fools out here gonna be whacking each other, or wasting all the ammunition. We need all we got. And right now, you want to conquer a nation, divide them. And right now, we divided. I just hope we can all work it out.
Man, that's what's up, bro. Aerosol. Too scared to walk. I mean, too scared to jump, too lazy to walk. Aerosol.
Hey, yo.
You talking about aerosol school better, please.
All you
do in aerosol school is rappel out of helicopter. Good, you good to go.
Well, you got to take that 12-mile hike in 3 hours, and it was a lot of guys. Well, I went through it in the 90s, and there was a lot of guys that
you got to do that anyway.
Well, that's like wait, we're talking about basic training or aerosol school, because I can remember
aerosol school. Aerosol school. You did have to do the 12-mile rook march in 3 hours, but it's a rook march. It's a rook march train.
Right. But a lot of guys that were coming from airborne, like, oh man, I never had training this hard. I was like, okay, man,
because they weren't real pairs. Those were 5 jump chumps, brother. You know that.
Well, I'm just saying I was just taking the evidence that was there. The evidence that was there. I mean, but it's all good, man.
Hey, thank you for your service, though, bro. Appreciate it.
For real, man. Everyone's
school,
you had to run.
Coming up, Veterans Day coming up. Get your free meals. Take your lady. She can get a free burger with cheese on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if a woman ain't willing to do stuff like that, which move around, go fishing in another lake. It ain't worth stressing out over a female. It's not.
Facts.
What's up, Marcus? Darling, what's going on?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we hear you now.
Shut up, Marcus.
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
I've been
How
in
are
a while.
you? Yeah,
Shut up, Marcus.
What's good? Good to see you, Devil Dog.
Man, I hope everybody's been doing well. I've just been trying to catch up with you guys and catch up on your show. When it comes to the topic, what you guys are talking about, like a lot of this stuff, it's crazy how like they think that they can come to like DL said it perfect, but just the fact that you have so much evidence, I'm just gonna say it's like evidence.
I guess his audio.
We lost you. We lost you, bro.
Yeah, we lost your audio.
Yeah, we lost you. Marine, the hand-me-down Navy stuff don't work, man. Probably the little Marine radio ain't working right.
That's what they get. They get the hand-me-down stuff from the Navy.
That's so shady.
It's messed up, but it's true. Like they'll get a brand new budget, but the commandant won't invest no money into equipment for the Marines.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah.
All right, and it's sorry, it's just 'cause I'm in the desert, so it's gonna be kind of choppy, but I'll keep it short as much as I can. But people like this queef maker Nutella, whatever the hell her name is, I don't care. Is a snake oil merchant like all the rest, a snake oil merchant like all the rest.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to tell you, they want to be sounding like there's some pseudo intellectual person, just to make it seem they can sell their ticket sales, their book sales, all that kind of stuff. Get you on their side, especially if you're torn, emotionally scarred, emotionally traumatized, bitter. You just went through something recently. It doesn't matter. They just want to take you apart and divide and conquer. And the better you are on your side, it's no different than those like TV talk shows. It's no different than Simp Harvey. It's no different than Dr. Phil, who even sold out, who hasn't even been a doctor since God knows who goddamn long. And then you got a whole bunch of other people now, Benny Lilleen. No matter what, they're still going to have this thing where they want to just have you at each other's throats. It's no different than Democrats and Republicans. It's going to keep happening. It's up to you if you want to suck on that sap, if you want to fall and drink that soup, if you want to go and drink that tea. That's up to you. But if you want to be that sucker, I can't feel sorry for you. I can't. How can I feel sorry for you if you're the one that literally, how can you sit down with the person that says 1 + 1 is fish, basically saying it? I can't take someone serious.
Right.
How can I take someone seriously? It's basically what it was.
He's talking about the Queen Maker deal saying.
Yeah,
but I know that's what I'm telling you. Bring you up to snuff because I know you're not familiar with her at all. And I wish I wasn't. I wish I still wasn't familiar with her. But bro, listen, let me tell you, Marcus is absolutely right. She's basically telling people 1 + 1 = fish. And them jokers got on Lapeef and she ragdolled them. I'm like, how did they not beat this? That's why you saw me talk to Obsidian. Obsidian, you have that chick on your show, you gonna get this work too.
You saw the young lady who said every time she fantasizes about men, now she has to go back and watch Queen Maker's video.
Yeah, man. I mean,
get her mind back right, because we were socially conditioned to be attracted to men.
Yeah, I guess nature had nothing to do with that, did it?
Right.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
You see, listen to the stuff these women are saying.
But it's so many. But it's so many out there, though, man. So many grifters. You look at Vivek Ramaswamy, right? I saw him go on a Breakfast Club and he lit them up. Same thing you talking about. Like, how can the Breakfast Club get this guy on here and not get him? And I was like, yeah, dude did a good job. Then I'm talking all this craziness about him. And I go look him up because he's from Cincinnati, like me. I go look him up. I'm like, oh man, now I gotta make 3 videos to undo this.
Yeah, you did. You did.
To go back like
you talking about Robert Swami. Yeah. You did. You did go back and make those videos. Shout out to you for holding yourself accountable.
Man, that was so hard too.
You look him up, you're like, oh man. Like everyone was so happy about Kamala Harris, the same thing. But then you look it up, you look her up, you're like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
They even had a couple of guys who were actually put away in prison because of her talking about that. So
yeah. And like you said, Robert Swami, he handled the Breakfast Club.
Boy, he handled them, bro. And it was just like, it just right there just tells me what, our quote unquote thought leaders are in this side of the world, bro. And it's sad. It's real sad. Like, y'all couldn't handle this guy. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
So we're gonna go ahead and move on to final thoughts. I'm just saying, thank y'all for coming up. I keep telling y'all, I am a modern woman. Okay, I make my own money. You know what I mean? So I gotta be up early in the morning and go get it.
Ain't nobody mad at you, Shoot.
All I do is film, honey. I don't work a 9 to 5. I work 11 to 8:30. I work overnight. That's what I work.
Yeah.
See? And if y'all don't want Shushu to have to run and go work, you know what I mean, y'all can send her bread and have her do all of your editing work, because she is an amazing editor. She can do your film, she can do your documentary, she can do your YouTube intro and outro like she did mine. Come over to my page, you watch the intro and outro. Shushu did it.
I appreciate you. I can also, I act too, you know what I'm saying? So, I can play a grifter too. Are you struggling with pulling women? You know what I'm saying? You need a little pimp game. I can tell you what all the ladies want. You know what I mean? Here it is. Take my course. Just peep this. Sign up for the Discord. Sign up for our Patreon. Sign up to the, hit the Cash App. And, I give you all the secrets.
Go buy my book at Walmart. Go buy my book at Barnes and Nobles.
That's right. That's right.
Tell him, mama. Tell him that Cash App again. Tell him, mama.
Amazon Prime Day is today and yesterday. You got Walmart sales specials from 9 to the 12th. You got it.
There's some people who try to set us stuff like that too.
For real.
They are, Marcus. That's why I'm laughing, because I've seen people do. That's why I'm laughing.
Oh my Lord.
And I'll still get you a 15% off on Blue Chew after, for all you women that still want to go with men after.
Like the grift is strong in this one.
It is. And that Queen Maker chick is strong in that one.
Ain't this a bitch?
She got a book where she published herself. Okay. And she's selling it on Amazon. And she'll sit there and see, if you read the book, it explains to you that how men are biologically incapable of love. And it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. It is so dumb.
You gotta buy
I'm not buying it.
You gotta break it down. Gotta break it down on the show, bro.
I bought this one. I enjoyed it. Shout out to Corey Hager one more again.
There you go.
Very good job. Very good job. I did enjoy the story. I did enjoy this book.
Hey, Black Lexicon. Hey, Shoot, Black Lexicon wants to know if you're good at CPR. Just read the chat.
He said, "All right, good at CPR."
You had a whole damn YouTube. All the dudes on YouTube be fucking choking every time they see you. I can't breathe. Like, well, you just gonna die, bro. She ain't putting her lips on you, man. Sorry to be.
Just listen. I got you if you need like for real help.
No, you don't. You don't want that. You don't want that garbage out there. No, you don't. Becky. No, don't put that out there.
Like, let's kind of got you, bro. I'm just trying to. She wouldn't have seen it if I ain't say nothing, homie. I'm trying to look out for you, homie.
Right. Well, we're gonna move into final thoughts. We're gonna start with you, Marcus, because I know you said that it's kind of spidey where you are. So go ahead and let you get your thoughts in first, and then I guess we're gonna move with counterclockwise. So, Marcus, you still there?
Marine comms. United States Marine Corps comms.
Yeah, he did. He did say he was in the desert. So.
Yep. You got them Army and Navy hand-me-downs. You got them joints we had in Vietnam. That's what y'all got.
It's okay.
I'm not exaggerating. The Marines really do have Vietnam equipment.
Kind of. It's all right.
It's a shame. That's why I'm glad I didn't join it. I'd have been mad then, boy. Ooh.
So is it me, Shushu? Am I next?
It's me.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
I'll say, brother D.L. Saint, I was just in your city this Sunday. Went to the outlet up on the north side. Definitely visited KNG, but you know your city. It's hilly. I'll say that. It's one of the hilliest places I've been.
I moved in 1990 8 for the
Okay.
last time. I'm in Tampa now, bro, because
Oh, okay.
they've been taking a
Okay.
long time to heal. You hear me, brother? I'm glad you made it out. I'm glad you
Yeah,
made it
yeah,
out.
yeah. I do hit the little jazz festival every year. Every chance I
Yes,
get.
sir.
But I love Cincinnati. But just I think these topics are needed. I just think that we've been eating garbage for the last 30 years. I think it's going to take another 10 years or so, maybe more, for us to start seeing some traction, because right now everybody's still divided. The old heads such as myself, you know, according to the younger guys, we don't know what's going on. But they're the ones that's struggling with what they are trying to accomplish, because they're not looking at the paths that were laid before them. They're trying to pave their own path, but they have no plans. They have no playbook. They're just trying to go off the top of their head. And one of the things I've seen is they're not the women in that same age category. They're just off on their own. I look at things as almost like in wilderness, really, because the hyena is basically a black woman on 4 legs. They get together, they in the rule. A hyena rules the male in the wild. The males are kicked out. They have to go and congregate and take the scraps and do all this. Our sisters, they do a lot of talking. A lot of them are always, they still in the, I'm gonna, see if we can send a petition to stop Disney movies, because when they get into those fairy tale movies, they don't come out. Nobody's saying, hey, it's just temporary. Come out of this. They're staying in it. No matter how much weight is gained, no matter how many bodies they add up. And when they get to about 40 years old, they start reminiscing and going back over their life like, man, I ain't nothing out here. But they're going to make a commitment either way. She's going to make a commitment to do better or stay in that light. She's going to take her daughter, who probably looks like the daddy, the son looks like the daddy, and they're going to feed them more garbage. So when the guy that comes around and he's at that level of she's always wanted, but she can't get, she's going to tell her daughter, don't look at him, pass him up. Go out here and live your best life. Take mama's path. And then when she gets, it's just going to keep going. And the guy, he don't even know how to talk to women, because that's all he heard was his mama arguing with the daddy, the mama arguing with the daughter, who done, got a better body than her. She's arguing with him. You ain't nothing. You just like your daddy. You just like that. But again, women are struggling with accountability, because they ain't saying, I was sleeping with your daddy in the back of the car to go for $100 to go kick it with the big ballers. And he didn't have accountability. He really shot the club up. And now he's reaping the consequences of that over the next 20 years. I've been on it. I've been fortunate enough to be in spaces where I can have groups of young men and young women. I spent 3 or 4 summers. I know it's at least 4 in Chicago. I had 600 young men for 3 straight summers. All of them was between the age 18 and 30. All of them had felonies, all of them. And what I used to tell them is, you've gone through what you've gone through. You're here because at some point, as a man, you're going to have to go and stand alone and get the information. It's not about college. It's not about military, but you're going to have to get the information. And at some point, the certifications that you acquire as far as knowledge will catch up with you. Working at Amazon is cool when you're 25 and you can throw boxes, but at 35, you pulling muscles. It's not the same. But in that same time, you have to protect yourself. No children out of wedlock. You can't have that, young man. You can't have it, because you will be broke. You will spend 25 years being broke. But unfortunately, if only information they're getting from a woman who's been scorned, who's been hurt, she's going to feed him that same pain until he leaves that home. And when he gets out here, he's moving off of pain and hurt that he really didn't put a lot on himself, but then he starts making those bad decisions based off what he sees. And I just hope that somehow we find a place, regardless of what age you are. We all got the same fat lips, the same big wide nostrils to breathe in the sun. That's who we are. We just got to get to a better place where we can agree to disagree, understand that our times are different, but the game is still the same. And that message has to be preached by everyone involved. And you know, I think right now we just in a gray area. Right now it's gray. So I just hope to live it out. I'm 55 years old. I've been married 10 years now to my wife. I think the best thing I would recommend waiting until you're about, especially for a man, just go ahead and work, save your money, stop buying the knockoff clothes, see the world. When you get about 34, 35, she's out there. You just got to go fishing and get the right one time. I just hope that everybody takes that time to find their purpose and do what they have to do at this point. Until then, I'm going to stay in these streets fighting all of this stigma. I thank y'all for letting me come up. I appreciate y'all, and God bless you.
Thank
God
you.
bless
Thank
you,
you,
brother.
we appreciate you. Appreciate you. Corey, what's going on? You been quiet for a minute.
Yeah, you over there with Jubal. Corey know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Lord.
I know what's going on, but you know, I mean, why interject when everybody else has already got it going? I mean,
You're right. You and Jubal gonna get things straight, ain't
it? Hey, Mandrill, I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite part of that book?
Didn't necessarily have a favorite part. I mean, it was kind of wild. Like the narrative, of course, the main character is the narrator of the story, right? I just followed the whole thing, man. They finally made it to this is it. At the end, I ain't gonna give that up.
Okay,
because it kind of ends, and I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, glad they made it out of that shit. I was like, glad they made it out of that. But yeah, but
I ended it where I could start another one.
Yeah,
nice.
Because you can't pick up from there.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like the end was kind of like a breath of fresh air.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like imagine, if you will, if someone goes through something and then at the end they're like, whew. That's what the character. That's what it's like for the characters in that book. Yeah. Well, I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil it for people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I do want people to buy it and read it.
Yeah, I'm still tripping over Marcus when he said queef maker. That one. Yeah. I was like, oh dear Lord. Yeah.
She is a grifter though, Corey. She is. She is.
Okay, so I can't say everything I'm thinking. You know, we're on YouTube. But Shoo, you did a great job on that video. That was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
That was awesome. There were two young ladies on there that needed wisdom. I'm trying to clean this up as best as possible because I can't just come right out and say it. But you know, when you spend your whole life trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes, that shows your character and how low it really is.
Right.
I mean, when you're always trying to use somebody. Okay, first of all, when you got the queen maker saying that men ain't nothing, but she spends her whole time talking about how to use men. What's she gonna do if she ever has a son? Oof.
I think she has a son, don't she? Or is a daughter?
Oh God, my prayers and the sympathies. Oh God, I don't watch them. I can't stomach to watch that kind of stuff. I'm old school. I was born in '70. My brain starts to melt when nonsense shows up. It just I can't do it. You know, people who. Well, it's like I said before, people who their feet are swift to drama. That's kind of like out of the Bible. You know, you're swift to mischief. You're drawn to it, kind of like flies to shit. But anyway, moving on from there. Now, this is a great video. I don't know what else to say because I can't say everything I want to say because we're on YouTube. All right. So,
Right, YouTube censorship.
yeah, the book of YouTube, I guess you could call it, the church we all go to to not be real.
Right. Well, it's social media. It's all social media. So, you can be whoever you want to be on social media.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you still got to turn the camera off. And who's that person?
And who do people see when you had the camera on?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to also tell Marcus he's a little bitch. He's gonna have to wait. He don't get to go to the red carpet before I do. No.
Hey yo.
I know he can't say nothing because he's out there sand streaming, so he can't do nothing out there. So. All right, I'll get off of here.
Well, thank you, Corey, for coming up as always.
Thanks
you
for
for
having
supporting
me.
the show. We appreciate you. DL Saint. Yes, I really want to know podcast. Y'all be sure to check out his podcast. It's a awesome podcast. He does that and Downrange podcast. Downrange is more so politics driven, and I really want to know is more so entertainment and like everything else pretty much. Just the most social conversations that go on in everyday life. So anyhow, what are your final thoughts?
I appreciate the shout out. Thank you. And y'all don't be afraid to come over to check us out over there. And I really want to know. Don't just come when Shushu there. Shushu be there every other week or so. But hey, we be thick when Shushu in the house. When Shushu ain't there, don't nobody know me. It's all good. I get it. I ain't as pretty as she is. I get it.
She only bringing out the comedian in me too.
Oh, y'all, she be wilding. She be
I'm being honest over here. You know what I mean?
But anyway, we off topic. Hey, y'all gotta go over there and see what we talking about. This whole grifter thing, what selling your soul looks like. You guys ever seen that picture of Hollywood? That's what it looks like. That's what selling your soul looks like. And we live in a world where you're not punished for grifting. You're not punished for doing these things. It was a Major League Baseball player lost 2 years of his career because some woman was trying to grift him. Basically, she ran him through the court system. And the guy was able to prove that everything she did was premeditated and she lied, false records, all that, perjury, all that. Nothing happened to her. And at the end, they're like, well, he just settled the case. No, the case was settled because they both agreed to drop it. No one got paid any money. You know what I mean? It gets into this thing where our society has come away from right and wrong. And if you're not going to make people pay for their misdeeds, and they just gonna keep doing it. And you talking about people out here grifting for pennies, right? Because you look at what people getting off of YouTube, what they getting off of Instagram or whatever, it's really just pennies. They ain't really, they're not doing Bernie Madoff type scams. You know what I mean? They ain't breaking it down for a couple billion. They happy to get your little $25, $25 here, a little $3,000 there. They get cool with that. So, and that's just how they live their life. They know they're wrong, but they don't have to be accountable. So until we begin to hold each other accountable for our actions, and if our court system begins to uphold the laws and punish people for wrongdoing, until that day comes, man, just get used to the grift. And like I say, man, don't hate the players, hate the game. We out in the same game. You know what I mean? So thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. Y'all always bring me, let me come through. I know it's been a while. I've been over here working hard. I ain't get a chance to come in. So, if I don't show up enough, just hit me up. Like Shu did, like hit me up. Like, oh, I'll make sure I'm there. Cook dinner early and everything. Make sure I got my daughter ready to go to bed. I was ready to be here.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate it.
Peace.
We'll see you later. Hello?
I have to get my final thoughts since you let the white person come in front of me respectfully.
Hey, yo.
And you let him disrespect me like that. Shoo, you didn't defend my honor. Mandrell, you're just a side character right there. You couldn't defend me either. Must, take that as a low blow. Mandrell, read your cash app. I like to
hit the cash app. Hit the cash app.
What cash app? Oh, okay.
With that being said, make sure you please not fall for that bullshit that she calls so-called pseudo-intellectualism, that queef maker, queer maker, Nutella, joke teller, whatever it is. Don't fall for that shit. You're better than that. You're better than that. You got through freaking middle school, you got through high school, you got through some college, you got at least through some YouTube logic, you know, some sound advice on these panels. We may not be licensed therapists, all of us are psychiatrists, but we got something called a goddamn sense. For the most part. Mandrell, read your damn Cash App.
I just did, Marcus, and thank you for the Cash App. Thank you. See, someone who supports fantastic content.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it.
Now go. You're welcome. Now go buy that lube. I got you. You need that.
But by the what now?
That being said, I appreciate y'all for letting me up on the panel. Corey, save the best for last, mother lover.
Yeah, that's Marine humor right there.
Thank you, Marcus. You are amazing.
I wouldn't say that he's a Marine. Marines are not amazing.
Hey, yo, what they call a hoorah?
Yeah.
Something like
Hoorah. Yeah, you can say
That's
that.
right. Hoorah. Hey, yo, that's what's up. So great show tonight, Mandrell. Family is best.
You think so?
Yeah, it's a good show. Good show. What y'all think in the chat? Y'all like the show? Y'all enjoyed the show?
Put a 1 in the chat if you thought this was a good show.
It was a great show. And I really do. My final thoughts are this. People always look for the answers outside of themselves. The answers, all the answers you need, all the answers you're looking for are in here. They're inside of you. Everything you need, you have already. You just have to take the time and move past the fear of asking the questions and really taking a deep, realistic, introspective look at yourself. You already have the answers. You know, real quick, I used to watch listen to the Strawberry Letters every morning on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And I would listen to Shirley Strawberry read these letters. And one of the first things they would always say is, you have the answers already. The answer to your issue is in the letter. It's usually when it gets to the bottom of the letter, to the end of the letter, like everything they need of the answer is already there. They have it already, which is why writing out your problems or writing out your emotions or your thoughts is so powerful. And when you go back and read it, the answer is there. You have it already. It's in you. You can never and will never find the answer to your problems outside of yourself. It's always and will always be in here. As long as you keep running from it, as long as you keep avoiding addressing your own issues, looking inside yourself, you will always be searching. So those are my final thoughts.
All right. Well, my thing is, if people are slow enough to believe that nonsense, whatever, man. If your intellect is at that level, I can't help you. You know what I'm saying? But I think people should be focused. I agree with you. You'll never find real answers outside yourself.
Right.
I do research on things, just to find references and just to see if I can learn something that I overlooked or never heard of before, and different techniques to practice, different habits to develop. That's why I like right now I'm taking a class on active listening. I've taken several classes on emotional intelligence. Mm-hmm. That's gotten a lot better than where it was. Mm-hmm. And it's because I've learned, okay, these are some techniques and habits to develop in order to improve that. Mm-hmm. But as far as the answer, I already knew that. I mean, active listening is just paying attention and then put it into practice.
Right.
Practicing remembering what someone says, or give yourself some kind of clue. Clues to yourself, some kind of clues to remind you what that person said. Things like that. But yeah, the grifting, people are gonna make money the way they make it. My thing is this: you can't make money in a sleazy way, but then claim to be a man of character. You can't. How you make your money does matter, people. When it comes to the type of man that you are, there's no two ways about it.
Oh man, Trail. Niggas is just gonna be niggas. So you might as well go and get this money while you bullshitting.
Isn't that what he told me? That is essentially what he told me. That's what reminds you of that. That's what reminds you of that. Obsidian literally sat there and told me. Essentially, Obsidian told me, "Oh man, Drill, niggas just gonna be niggas. So you might as well go and get this money while you bullshitting."
Okay.
And on the one hand, Obsidian, if you watch this, on the one hand, I agree. I ain't gonna lie. On the one hand, I agree. He's right. If he's right, he's right.
Trust and believe.
However, that can be a slippery slope for some. I'm not saying it's like that for Obsidian, but for some people, a lot of people, that can be a slippery slope that they slide right off.
Right.
You know, and then especially they're full bore into something they never should have gotten involved in the first place.
Right.
Yeah, I got it. So it's been a long day for me. Interesting day. Met some interesting people. And people, the grifting, I would say got to stop, but don't listen to Anton Daniels when it comes to relationships and dating. Anton been married for God knows how long. What does he know about the dating world? He ain't been in the dating market too long enough. Like Angry Man. Shout out to Angry Man. But bro, you've been out the game too long, man. You know what I'm saying? You've been out the game way too long. So I'm just like, and the dating, Mr. He said, he tells me the game ain't changed, just the players. I'm not so sure. I don't think these people playing by any rules anymore. We had rules when it was coming up. Some stuff you just didn't do. Now, free for all. Now, if there are no rules, does that not change the game? Because games are games because they have rules. And what determines what kind of game you're playing are the rules that are in play. So if there are no rules, who's playing a game? What game are we playing?
Right.
I think the game's changed.
Well, that means you better figure out how the game go in. And so is the game changed, so is you. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for joining us.
Look at Black Lexicon. Look at that. Look at Black Lexicon's last night. God made black women for me.
That's
really?
right. Because the black woman is God. You ain't know that?
No.
The black woman is God.
You sound like Daryl Long, which is disgusting, by the way.
Thank y'all for joining us again.
That's his niche too. You know that, right?
What?
That's his niche. Sipping.
Hey, sipping ain't easy.
Yeah, he's turning into a snake oil salesman too. You can't just pander to people.
Y'all have a good night. Join us back again next week.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week, I guess. And join me tomorrow